Oh, no, you're all right. I'm so sorry I didn't see you there. You okay? Well, you look as if you've been crying. What's happened? Oh, doesn't look like nothing. It's so late at night, let me walk you home. Or is home the problem? Shh, calm down. You won't do what? What are you running from? Are these men what made you cry? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to this young lady here. I can help you know. I won't just leave you here. Oh, I don't care if you're her father. Truly, I don't. Oh, and you? Being her brother means what, exactly? Uh-huh. And I'm guessing the rest of you are relatives of some description. Adorable. You all think you're so powerful, it's really very sweet. Let me tell you a secret, young lady. There is always a choice. Hush, little boys, I'm speaking. You do not have to go back with them. You can come with me. Just this morning I was thinking it was time I got an apprentice, and here you are. You ran straight into me. You lot really do love attention, don't you? Oh, you're to be married. How exciting. Or not exciting. No, judging from that expression, not exciting at all. My offer stands. Turn your back on them and learn from me. Well, if the lad is so wonderful, marry him yourself, sir. Don't threaten me. Sorry, my dear? You want to come with me? It is done, then. I admire your bravery. Jumping in head first. I like it. I'll teach her my trade. I will. I'll teach you everything I know, which is quite a lot. Oh, women can have many trades, sir. Stop me? How? And what are you intending to do after you stop me? Tie her up until the wedding day? Huh. You would, wouldn't you? Don't worry. You stay behind me. Oh, they can't hurt me. I said you can't hurt me. I told you not to threaten me. So, that's your trade if you come with me, girl. Would you like to learn to be a witch? I like you. You've got spark. But first things first, you must wipe those tears. Here. Good. Arm in mine. I won't have you getting lost. Thank you. And let me walk you to your new home. Like I said, it's getting late indeed, and it's been an unusual end to a rather long day. Oh, I can carry my basket, but thank you. What's your name? Oh, that's a lovely name. You can call me, Maria. Sorry, it's been such a long time since I've given my name to someone. I almost forgot what it was. Yes, into the forest. Don't worry, nothing will harm you in there. Not while I'm with you, at least. Oh, we don't need a path. I can see quite well in the dark, don't worry. I can teach you to see in the dark, yes. What I did just then to scare the group of bumbling idiots away, that's more advanced. Maybe one day. For now, well, starting tomorrow, I guess, I'll teach you secrets. Secret names of all the plants, places, and animals. I'll teach you recipes for spells. You don't need to be taught bravery. I think you have that in spades already, girl. I have to ask again, are you sure? You know witches aren't exactly loved. You really mustn't want to marry this man. Your family wants you to. Why so badly? You're too old to be unmarried. What silly rules we make for ourselves. No, I don't think you're too old to be unmarried. Not at all. I'm not married and I'm far older. Well, which is an age. It can be deceptive. I stopped keeping track a long time ago. But if you do change your mind, I won't be chaining you up. You're free to come and go as you please. What else shall I teach you? Oh, well, we have to find you a familiar at some point. No, it's very true. Not just a rumour. Every witch has one. Every witch needs one. Mine is a cat. How pedestrian. But it can be any animal. Oh, child, I know you say you're fine, but I don't think you are. No. No more tears. Spark up that brave little heart of yours. Come on, we're nearly there. Here we are. Wait just here, I'll get a candle. There we go. Oh, child, you're dead on your feet. Come on, to bed. It's past midnight. We shall get to know each other better in the morning. No need to worry about my sleeping arrangements. Into bed. Go on. Now, close your eyes, take a breath, and sleep. Good morning. Well, good afternoon. I let you sleep. It seemed like you needed it. And whoever invented the rule that we must wake with the sunrise must have been a truly awful person. Tea? No, not a dream. Here you are, and here I am, and I shall teach you everything I know. But first, drink. I'll make you breakfast. Well, lunch. Well, a meal. I don't mean to sound like a schoolmistress, but if you could just not touch anything, not yet, I need to teach you some basics first. The nature of witchcraft. Well, some of the things in here can be dangerous, especially to beginners. But come, sit at the table. Don't mind Frederick here. He may be my familiar, but at the end of the day, he is still a cat. He's not much one for personal space. Don't you dare steal her toast, sir. I shall make you your own. How you get a familiar? Oh, they'll find you, so don't worry. All you really need to do is just be yourself. Give it a couple of weeks here with me, and an animal will seek you out and not want to leave your side. It could be any animal. A cat, a fox, an owl. Poor Lola. She's an old friend of mine. Hers is a worm. So if you meet her and wonder why she has a jar of dirt in a harness on her hip, well, that's why. Are you all right? You still look very tired. Oh, don't worry. Like I said, I'm not here to be a strict schoolmistress. I won't be expecting you to memorize spells and herbs in the next hour. I think you need a few days to rest. Yes, rest? Rest isn't passive, you know. It's an important habit to keep. In fact, it's part of the lessons I'll be giving you. No, indeed. I expect you to complete at least 3 naps a week and several hours of pure laziness a day. No. You're not to run around cleaning up. Sit back down. You haven't even finished eating. Because I said so. Also remember I said not to go touching everything just yet. The sink can be quite temperamental in the afternoons. He's a grumpy thing. You don't need to apologise. You need to take a deep breath. Excellent. Our only task for today is to eat delicious food. I'm a wonderful cook, if I do say so myself, and to get to know one another a little better. That's all. Frederick, honestly, leave her toast alone. Well, you don't owe me anything. You really don't. I'm excited to teach someone, to be honest. Well, I'm glad that you're excited to learn. So if you have questions, please do ask them. Oh, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Ask me anything you wish to know, no matter how trivial it may sound. You have hair in your face here. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was rather familiar, wasn't it? I've been on my own for quite a while, so if I'm too forward, you must tell me. You have a question. What is it? Where did I sleep last night? Oh, you sweet little thing. You are very caring, aren't you? I slept in the chair by the fire. No, it was quite comfortable. I assure you I often fall asleep there. No, the bed is yours. I insist. I'm a witch, my dear. I'm sure I can figure out another place to sleep. Well, no, we could share. Oh, no, it's not that I don't want to. Again, I just don't want to be too forward, and I don't want to make you uncomfortable. Well, I'm glad that you feel comfortable with me. Well, you're such a lovely girl. I hope you know that. Well, I don't lie, so it must be true. Anyway, we can come back to that conversation later. Would you like a tour? There's not much to tour, but I'll show you what's what. Kitchen, obviously. always open, of course. Ignore Frederick's begging, it's pretty much constant. Like I said, a magical cat is still a cat. Dried herbs along this wall. These ones aren't for eating. The less potent are towards the bottom, and the more dangerous towards the top. So that's my little system. Fireplace and my cauldron, which, don't laugh, I'm aware it is very tiny, but it gets the job done. I make spells, not soup for an army. Frankly, I think every witch should have a tiny cauldron. It's much more manageable. More ingredients on this shelf here, so do feel free to have a look through the milder herbs, but don't open any of these jars, not without my permission anyways. And then the bed nook, which you're familiar with. Looking at it, I suppose it really is big enough for two. See, there I go again. Too familiar. I have an unfortunate habit of saying my thoughts out loud. Am I blushing? Well, it did feel awfully warm all of a sudden. Well, you're just very lovely. Inside and out. Managed to get myself a bit flustered, I suppose, which is certainly not appropriate. If I may be so bold, though. You are smiling, so am I safe in assuming you perhaps don't mind? Well, that's good to know. I can accidentally say all manner of stupid things and not worry too much. No, I said there was no such thing as a stupid question. However, there are plenty of stupid statements to be made. You do have another question, yes? Magic isn't all spells and potions and herbs and familiars. It's an energy in the air, and witches are just people who can harness it. And so, yes, I think perhaps that magic can push two people together. I wasn't supposed to stay in the village till that late. I honestly lost track of time, so perhaps we were meant to meet. Well, I look forward to getting to know you as well. I may have been a little too optimistic in venturing out into the woods today. I don't think the weather is going to let us stay out too much longer. Oh well. Well, if we do get caught in the rain, it's not really a worry. We'll just go home and dry off by the fire. No harm done, really. How are you going? You've only found 3 foxgloves. That's fine. You're beginning. You're only just learning to spot them. It's good that you've found some. Besides, the clouds are coming in thick and fast, so it's not exactly easy to spot things at the moment. You didn't seem to sleep very well last night. You tossed and turned quite a bit. Don't apologise. I'm concerned is all. You seemed stressed, even in your sleep. We haven't known each other for very long, but I hope that you feel you can trust me, that you're safe with me. Oh dear. We should head back. Come on. Don't worry, I know the way. I always know the way. And 3 foxgloves is better than none. Even if you hadn't found any at all, just having the pleasure of your company is enough. It's not a trick, you know. My being kind to you. I'm not going to turn around and go, "Aha, I have you trapped, and now you must be my slave." You're my friend. You are my friend. Well, you're kind and sweet. You're very smart. You've already memorised half the herbs in my kitchen in just a few days. Frederick adores you, and he hates nearly everybody. And you sing beautifully as well. I maybe heard you this morning. I may have pretended to be asleep a little longer. I didn't want to interrupt. Oh, no, I can't sing. No, truly, I'm not being modest. I sound like a deer with breathing problems. It's almost impressive how bad I am at it. But that's all right. We're all good at different things. That's what makes life interesting. See what? The frog, what about it? Oh. Has it really been following us? Perhaps your familiar has found you. Then you should introduce yourself. Say hello. Go on. No, that was wonderful. Would you like me to take over? Yes, okay. Hello. I'm Maria, Mr. Frog. You must forgive my companion. She's new to the whole witchcraft business. Her nerves tend to get the better of her. If you are her familiar, would you mind terribly jumping into her basket? Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much. You have a familiar. How wonderful. Let's continue the celebrations once we get home, but oh, how exciting. We shall have to make him his own little spot in the cottage, and you'll have to think of a name as well. Oh, haven't I actually said what a familiar does? Oh. Yes, I should have probably gone over that a lot sooner. A familiar is... well, first of all, they're a companion. Something to be there with you as you make potions, write spells. More than a pet, they're family. We have odd little families, us witches. But in terms of magic, they're almost like a shield. That's why I'm so pleased you found yours so early. If you make a mistake while doing some magic, or if something goes wrong, or you have a hex sent towards you, they can take some of the brunt of it. They can protect you. It's a special bond. But also when you're casting a spell, they can help to amplify it, make it more powerful. Just by being there, being connected to you. We're not really sure how they do it, to be honest. They're secretive about it. Frederick certainly is anyway. But I mean, he is a cat, so it's to be expected. Home, and before the rain as well. Welcome to our humble abode, Mr. Frog. Frederick. Our new friend has met her familiar, so do be nice to him. I shall give you bacon in the morning if you are. Why, thank you. All right. Oh, and there's the rain. Small frog, sir, Would you like to make yourself comfortable in the kitchen sink for now? Oh, excellent. Why do you look sad? This is a happy day. What do you mean you don't deserve a familiar? He chose you. Well, of course you're a real witch. Well, what do you mean you're not good enough? You cannot be perfect at something new when you begin it. You can't even expect yourself to be good. And that's all right. To not be good at what you're learning. It's all right to never be good at it. You just have to do it. And keep doing it. And keep trying. That makes you a witch as much as anyone. My singing may be terrible, but if I did it every day and tried and enjoyed myself, then I would be just as much a singer as everybody else. And here's the wonderful thing, though. You are good at being a witch. You're the one that spotted that little frog. In all that greenery, you noticed him following you. You listened to your instincts. It takes some witches months to find their familiar. It took you a few days. Do you still think you're not a real witch? I think you are too hard on yourself. Yes, that's true. It can push you to do better, but that can backfire as well. I'm saying these things because I know the feeling. I've been the person who never felt good enough, so I pushed myself to be the very best. I got into the university, you know. I was only 15 too. I got a perfect score on the entrance exam, which had never happened, so naturally they thought I had cheated. They made me take a new one and I did the same, and they let me in after that. And I spent 5 years learning and studying and passing every test, reading every book, being absolutely perfect. And when I was 20, and in my final year, when most students were just beginning their first, I just couldn't do it anymore. I kind of broke. I don't really remember a lot of that year, if I'm honest. I just kind of shut down. My mind was so tired. Because even though I was the best, and everybody told me so, I never believed them. So I had to do more, be more, to prove it to myself. And it nearly killed me. And as all this was happening, it was the strangest thing. This stray cat started talking to me. And I thought I'd gone mad, but he was very wise, this cat. He said he was my familiar, and I should throw it all in to become a witch. So I dropped out. I was the best student they had ever had, and I never graduated. And it was the best decision I've ever made. The point is, I don't want you to go through even a fraction of that feeling. It's exhausting and pointless. You are enough, just as you are. And what did I study? Would you believe science? I know, chemistry in particular, which is so ridiculously different from witchcraft and also not different at all. It's just a different sort of potion making. Oh, you've thought of a name? And what shall your familiar be called? Roland. Oh, I like it. Sophisticated, but not pompous. Now you're smiling. Good. It's the perfect day for smiling. So, since it's far too miserable to go outside, are you ready for your first potions lesson? Oh, don't be nervous. It's perfectly alright to get something wrong. You're just beginning. Now, we're going to start with something simple. I was thinking a mild sleeping potion. If it goes terribly wrong, it will either send you to sleep for a solid night or do nothing. So, nothing too terrible either way. Yes? Oh, excellent. But before we even select our ingredients, what do we need? Our familiars. Excellent. Frederick? 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 Oh, hello. There you are. And you have Roland? Oh, in your pocket. Hello, sir. Oh, you two have gotten on so well already. I'm so pleased. Now, you've done so wonderfully memorising all the herbs in my collection, so I shall tell you the names and you can select. Oh, don't look so terrified. If you pick the wrong thing, I will tell you. I'm not going to let you drink wormwood, don't fret. Alright, you'll get this one. Lavender. Bravo, excellent. We'll make a pile on the table. We'll prepare it there. Next is chamomile blossoms. I told you it was an easy one to start with. Slightly unusual, catnip. Frederick, it's not for you. Don't give it to him. He has a problem. You heard me. Alright, this one is a little harder. Tuberose. Ah, see, excellent. You didn't hesitate at all. Now, let me get my tiny cauldron. See, other witches have made fun of me in the past for my very small cauldron, but it just means that I don't have to use a giant cast iron thing in order to make a teacup's worth of potions, so don't be afraid to be made fun of if it means you're being smarter in the long run. But don't tell them I said that. This is all very easy, so you're going to be in charge. But don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. So, we have our weights and our scale. So we need 10 grams of each. No, not a lot at all. And all of them go together in this little bag. So, time to measure. Oh, you're doing so wonderfully. Well, all of us must start somewhere. It seems more like medicine than magic. Well, those two things overlap quite a lot, especially when it comes to potions. Most beginner-level brews really just depend on the plants themselves. You need to know your dosages, what combinations may be dangerous, but anyone can learn the most basic remedies. The more difficult things the less tangible things. That's where you'll need Roland's help. That's where the magic of it comes in. See? I told you you'd be just fine. You're whizzing through it. Alright, into the bag. And you need to fill the cauldron halfway with water and hang it near the fire. We don't want to boil it, we want to ever so gently warm it until the liquid is completely infused. So, yes, not over the fire, just to the side. And in goes the bag. And you have successfully started brewing your first potion. Bravo. Now, unfortunately, is the boring part, where we just need to keep an eye on it until it gets a little less watery, more like a thin syrup. Oh, Roland wants to watch? Why, of course, so why don't you take a seat on the side table? And what with frogs absorbing liquids through their skin, please do be careful around any spillages. Okay. Oh, Frederick? No, he thinks potions are boring. I'm pretty sure he's gone off chasing mice somewhere. Especially considering I will not be feeding his catnip addiction. Well, yes, I chose a sleeping potion because, well, it's very easy. It's quite low stakes, but I've noticed that you don't sleep all that well. You never seem able to rest. Not deeply. It took me a long time to learn how to rest. I don't want it to take you that long. It's just not worth it. Sleep is good. And you insisting that you sleep on the floor doesn't help, I'm certain. I told you there's plenty of room in the bed. I know you don't want to disturb me, but I really don't think you'd be disturbing me at all. I'd quite like to share with you. I think we've become quite good friends, but I'm happy to become more. No, I think you're very clever and very kind. And I think we've both been very lonely. You're not imposing. Far from it. And I know we've skirted around the topic of companionship, but I've never really asked you outright because I didn't want to make it seem like you owed me anything. Not at all. I just like you very much. That's it. Also, it's really rather cold out now, and I just don't want you sleeping on the floor when there's a perfectly good bed there big enough for the two of us. It's giving me anxiety that you're going to catch your death. So, not to guilt you into it, but there's that aspect as well, I suppose. You'd like to spend the night in bed with me? Oh, I would like that very much. Oh, my dear, no, we don't have to do anything but sleep. Yes, I figured something along those lines. Intimacy can be rather terrifying at the best of times, let alone if you've been told it's the work of the devil your whole life. It's not, needless to say. It's really rather pleasant. I don't think you're stupid. I think perhaps you're uneducated, which is not the same thing. Plenty of educated people are idiots. You haven't been given access to information because information is power. You haven't even been given information about how your own body works because, heaven forbid, that would mean you have power over yourself. I don't want you to be afraid of your feelings. your urges. But that might take a little time to unravel. Yes, I imagine that was very frightening. Just to start bleeding and not know why. Did they explain to you? That's all they said. Well, later this week, let's have some different sorts of lessons. I'll teach you what's actually going on in these bizarre little bodies of ours. I have a book here somewhere with diagrams in it, but I'll need to find it. I can stop that, by the way. Your monthly cycle. Permanently or temporarily, either way. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. I'm guessing by the look on your face no one told you that was an option either. No. Well, I'll tell you all your options. Don't worry. That might need a little stir. See how around the edges it's not quite so clear, it's starting to darken, it's starting to get sticky. That's a good sign, but it needs to be stirred all in together. Beautiful. See? And now it's consistent again. You've done very well. You should be proud of yourself. Don't worry, if I wake up and you've ended up on the floor again, I won't be angry. Sleep wherever you want. The decision is yours. Are you sleeping on the floor again? Are you sure? It's very cold. Oh, as long as you're happy. No, you didn't wake me. I often wake up through the night. But it's still dark, which means there's more time for sleep. Which is good. I do like sleep. But you're very awake indeed. Have you slept at all? A little? Is that a lie? A little. There's a sleeping draught in the kitchen. I can get it for you. Oh, you like the time to think. That's fair enough. It can be hard to think properly in the daylight. Too many distractions. I have some orders to fill tomorrow. Or today. I have some orders to fill when the sun comes up. A new patient is coming to see us as well. Well, a potential patient. She wants a second opinion. No, an apothecary friend of mine has sent her over. Oh, the apothecary, she's delightful. Have you met Evie yet? I don't think you have. Oh, no, you'd remember her. Oh, no, she's lovely, but, well, how do I say this delicately? I think she's inhaled a few too many of her creations over the years, so she's a little eccentric. Lovely. Bit mad. But I'll have to introduce you at some point. She's a darling. Well, of course you can get back into the bed. It is too cold to be sleeping on the floor, regardless of the fire. I won't say I told you so, but... Come on. You're always welcome to shove me over while I'm asleep as well. I don't mind. I'd rather you wake me up than sleep on a cold floor, honestly. You're more important than that. Are you comfortable? Well, it's just because you seem rather stiff. Ah. I have a question. It may be awkward timing, but there is no good timing, so better to forge ahead and pull the splinter out, as it were. No, sweet thing, I'm not asking you to leave. Not at all. Quite the opposite. I was under the impression that we were growing closer, you and I. Which we are, of course. We've gotten much closer over the weeks, haven't we? What I meant was that I thought we were growing more intimate, I suppose, or I was under that impression, more romantic, if that doesn't sound too silly to say. And if I've gotten the wrong end of the stick, then that's fine. Please don't be offended. I wanted to clear things up is all. Are you all right? You've gone rather more quiet than usual. Have I put my foot in it too terribly? No? Are you sure? You're such a timid thing, I was hesitant to say anything about it, but it would have been dishonest to not say anything, so here we are, I suppose. Well, you can say whatever you like. You thought so too? So I did have the right end of the stick then. Well, that's a relief. Makes this conversation a lot less embarrassing. No, I get embarrassed, just like everyone else. I'm just good at hiding it, I suppose. I don't look it, but I've lived a long time, remember? Well, then why so sad? What if it all goes wrong? What if it all goes right? It's an equal chance. Some of us can look into the future. I've never really delved into that sort of magic because so often we hear what the future holds and assume that what will happen is all because of bad reasons. Let's say a future seer had told you a few months ago that you would run away from your village and be living in the woods talking to a frog. No, it wouldn't sound ideal at all, would it? But in reality, it's all turned out rather wonderful. Context is important. You don't get the context when you peek into the future, so I don't peek. So it could go badly, certainly. Or it could do the opposite. I, for one, wasn't expecting this. I've been on my own a very long time, which I don't regret. I think I needed it, but I'm glad I stumbled into you. Or rather, you quite literally ran into me. Yes, of course, you can come closer. You smell lovely. Have I ever mentioned that? Like rain. An odd compliment, I suppose, but... well, thank you. We don't have to call it anything. Not everything needs a name. We don't have to do anything, you know. This is enough. It's enough to know that I wasn't misunderstanding what was between us. I'm a very patient person. You're not. I suppose that's true, yes. So what is it that you're impatient to do? You're brave, you know. You are. What would you like to do? We can kiss. Yes, I'm sure. Here. I suppose it is an odd thing, really. And having noses in the way doesn't help. No, I think you're plenty good at it. Yes, I do. We can just lay here, wait for the sunrise. Why don't you try and sleep? Just a little. Close your eyes. I'll put my fingertips on your eyelids, on your forehead, over your eyebrows. Is that better? On your cheekbones, your jaw, your lips, your lovely lips, your chin, your neck, and back to the top, down your forehead, and the bridge of your nose. Close your eyes and sleep. Oh, hello. Were you waiting for me? This whole time? Well, that's very sweet of you, but I was gone a while. Were you really here the whole time? Oh, you silly thing. But thank you. I dropped the potion off to Evie for her young lady that she's treating. Got stuck talking. Well, listening. Evie tends to do most of the talking. Like I said, she's a bit mad. Did you change your mind after all and want to come? You could have followed behind, you know. Evie would love to meet you. Well, you feel safer here. Well, then here you shall stay. But perhaps we shall venture out somewhere together on another day. Somewhere close. I just don't want you getting stuck here, as lovely as it is. And it's still quite the walk home, so let's get going. Well, I was curious to ask what you had been up to all day, but I guess I have my answer. Watching the world go by. Any other travellers along the path? Oh, well, that's not surprising. Not many people venture out to where the witches live. I may have spread some of the rumours myself to help that along. I regret nothing. But weren't you lonely out here? Or bored? Oh, is he in your pocket? Hello, Roland. How are you? The upsides of having a frog for a familiar. Tiny enough for pockets. Oh, you even have a bit of moss in there for him. Well, it does seem very snug. Or perhaps I should find a spell to make me that small, and I could travel in your pocket all day. No, it sounds perfect to me. How cozy to be with you always. If you're still content to continue this new sort of companionship of ours, that is. I'm glad. Witches live a very long time. There's no rush for anything, don't ever think there is. Besides, that takes some of the romance out of it, don't you think? Rushing. I want every second. Why speed through any of it? Then while we walk, would you like to hold my hand? I can lead you home. See? We fit so snugly together. And I did say there's no rush, but I said nothing about being excited, happy. So are you still content to share the bed with me tonight? Every night? Not to do anything, just to sleep, if you want. Or we can do things, if you want. Either way. I just want to be close to you. I'm just glad I met you, is all. We can stop for a moment, have a rest. It's a little too warm for comfort today. Lovely, but warm. You look happy. Not just in this current moment, but overall. You just look so much happier. I invited you here, but I didn't force you to come. That was still your decision. It's all been your decisions that have led you here. You've built yourself up. I just have been privileged enough to watch you flourish. You are most certainly more confident. I can tell. I'm glad you feel it. You want to show me how confident you've gotten, and how will you show me? That is very confident indeed. You look very smug with yourself. Like the cat that got the cream. Or the Frederick that got the catnip. It just feels a little surreal, I suppose. I have thought about kissing you for the longest time. Kissing your lips and your cheeks and your nose and your hair. And then actually doing it, I feel like I've been thrust back into a dream. I'm rather afraid I'll blink and wake up. I won't, will I? Are you quite sure? I'm sure there is a spell to make one small enough to fit in a pocket. Though I don't know it off the top of my head. And you'd want to make sure you knew the spell for getting big again, or you may find yourself in a bit of a pickle. You'd like to learn those sorts of spells. I suppose, yes, it is time we advance your education a bit. You've got a good grasp on the basics, which will only get better as time goes on. So, what next, my lovely pupil? There's potions, transformation, weather work. Is that what I did when? What did I do? When I scared off the men who were chasing you. Yes, it was weather work. I harnessed the lightning. A little bit of wind. Weather work it is, then. A fine discipline to focus on. We can start tomorrow, if you like. The weather seems like it's going to be pleasant for a while yet, but the next time there's a storm, remind me and we'll run outside, get soaked to our bones, and I'll show you how to harness thunder and lightning. They're surprisingly accommodating elements. They like to be helpful, so I think you'll get the hang of it in no time. And you, Roland, I'm sure you'll appreciate the wet weather more than us even. Frederick most certainly does not, which is part of the reason I focus so heavily on potions. It's indoors, always warm, smells good most of the time, and there's always a chance that catnip will be used in a potion. I told you he has a problem, but I also told you how familiars will influence you. I think Roland is perfect for you, and you for him. I'm perfect for you too, am I? Oh, that's very kind of you. Perfect isn't a word I'd use to describe myself. We're nearly home. No more work for the rest of the day, No more studying either. Dinner, relaxing, reading, more dinner perhaps, third dinner even. Then sleep. Together. I have thrilling news. Simply thrilling. The pumpkins are ready for harvesting. Well, some of them. But it counts. There are some ready for harvesting. Oh, no, but it is. It's marvellous. Not for eating. No, for something far more delightful. Well, come on. To the pumpkin patch. Where else? Why are you not getting your coat immediately? There is nothing more important than this current task. And well, I'm not going on my own. How dreadfully dull. My word, I thought I had trained you out of this necessity for order. My dear, every once in a while we must act quite mad, otherwise what's the point of it all? Excellent. Well, of course bring Roland. My own familiar would be invited, but he's a grump and no fun. Well, to you too, sir. It's not too terribly cold today either, so it's practically perfect. We shouldn't need shears, we should just be able to twist them off the vine, the ones I'm thinking of anyway, but I have my knife just in case. Oh, look at them, aren't they fabulous? And to think they were just the tiny little seeds we planted in spring. Or what do you mean it's like magic? It's the very definition of the word. So, we have 5 we can choose from our little project, but if you don't object, I rather have my heart set on this fabulous specimen here. Do you not know what we're doing? It's All Hallows Eve. You know, pumpkins, No, they're not to eat. They're for fun. Fun pumpkins. Funkins, if you will. No, you're right. That was terrible. But we're going to hollow out the inside, carve faces in them, and then when it grows dark, you put a candle inside and they light up and everything smells of roasting pumpkin, and it's really quite marvellous. Well, my darling, that is not just a good idea. It is simply brilliant. Yes, we can sprinkle cinnamon inside as well. We're going to smell both delicious and amazing. And I'm glad you're getting into the spirit of it. So if I'm going to take this one, which one do you want? The little one, are you sure? I'm just thinking if we have candles small enough. No, we do. The little one it is. It's rather darling, isn't it? See? Twist and they come right off. Though you can carry yours, I didn't think about how I'm going to get this large one to the door. Oh, would you look at that? Light as a feather. It is good being a witch. Come on. We can sit outdoors on this fine afternoon and carve pumpkins. How lovely is that? I can't believe you've never done this before. That's true. It seems like you've always been here. I prefer to think of it that way as well. I don't like imagining my life without you. It's rather glum. And I don't like thinking of you back in those days. You're here now, that's all that matters. There, all right. We have our workstation, knives, and we shall get the cinnamon in just a bit, perhaps as we're lighting them this evening. Oh, don't worry, my dear, it's quite simple. Just cut off the top here, and then we scoop out all the insides. And we can save the seeds for planting, so you don't need to fret about waste. No, I don't read minds, I just know you very well by now. Oh yes, it's going to get very messy. Incredibly messy. But that's half the fun. Oh dear. Perhaps you had the right idea getting a smaller pumpkin. I was a tad ambitious, it seems. Oh, well, if I use magic to do the whole thing, then it takes all the fun out of it. Oh, it's not so bad if I use it this way. Aha! Got it. Oh, you're adorable. You're being so neat about it. No, whatever method works for you is just fine. Well, you can make whatever face you want. You just cut through like that. It takes a little effort, but that's all right. Mine is going to have buck teeth. Because it will be cute. No, they don't have to have scary faces. And besides, I think pumpkins are a very happy sort of vegetable anyways. It will suit having a smile. No, I love the commitment. If you want to practice a design on paper first, then I'm not going to stop you. There's no wrong way to do this. For most things in life, there's no wrong way to do it. If your way gets the job done, then it's one of many right ways to do that thing. What sort of face are you going to carve? Oh, I love it. No, I do. I think our pumpkins will pair very nicely together. And I've made Frederick promise to not be a nuisance and put bite marks or claw scratches in them either. Your familiar is much better behaved. We won't have to ask any such promises of him, I'm sure. Well, I'm certain a frog could do a fair amount of damage if he set his mind to it. This is fun. Oh, good. I knew you would enjoy it. It's my favourite part of Halloween. The decorating in general, but the pumpkin carving most of all. It's nice to be able to enjoy doing it with another person this year instead of just on my own. Well, yes, I suppose we could continue to carve pumpkins once Halloween is over. There's no law that says it's only for the month of October, is there? Well, and with all these seeds, we can grow as many as we want. Your pumpkin is adorable, I must say. I'll have to dig out the little candles to put in there. I'm quite pleased with mine. Oh, you think so? Oh, thank you. His teeth are a little crooked. I can't carve a straight line, apparently, but that's all right. It adds to his charm, don't you think? Oh, and look at that. The sun is starting to set, so by the time we finish them off and set them up, it will be dark enough to sprinkle some cinnamon and light the candles inside. Oh, they're going to look positively marvellous. Pardon? Oh, we can make some more tomorrow, sweet girl. We can make as many as you like. Are you all right? You jerked awake pretty spectacularly. Okay. Oh no, it's well past midnight. I didn't wake you, did I? With all of my rustling about. All right. Well, you haven't been sleeping very well lately. No, just an observation. No, neither have I suppose. The joys of insomnia. Freezing cold outside, a warm fire inside, a soft bed and someone to hold on to, and my mind still insists that I should be awake. It's rather cruel of it, don't you think? I've just been organising some bottles of herbs. I have some dried ones that need to be ground up, but I didn't want to wake you. At least you've gotten a little more sleep than I did. Perhaps we'll take a nap tomorrow and try and catch up on our rest. But knowing us, that won't happen either. Are you coming to join me? Here. Sit here beside me. I'm just writing out some labels for the herbs that need to be bottled. Would you like to help? Don't be silly. Your handwriting is lovely. And so what if it takes you a little longer to write? We're not on a schedule. There's no deadline. Is everything all right? I just mean that over the last few days you've seemed as if you're, I don't know, thinking very hard about something. You know you can talk to me, don't you? Even about unpleasant things. It's not unpleasant. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad. Whatever it is, though, it still seems to be weighing on you. It's been a long while since I've seen you this furtive. Dearest? Yes? You've been thinking. May I ask about what? About sharing the bed. Well, we don't have to, if you don't want to. Ah, I see. More about activities that we might share in the bed. I must say you have turned a rather spectacular shade of red. Even by firelight, it's very impressive. You don't have to. You know that, right? You don't ever have to. I'm glad you want to. No, of course I want to as well. In fact, it's rather scandalous how much I want to, how much I've thought about it. I think it's hard for you to see just how shy and fragile you were when we first met. You were so skittish, like a rabbit on the lookout for danger, constantly. It's not that I never wanted you, it's that I would never put that sort of pressure on you. Not when you had enough trouble just looking people in the eye, let alone taking them to bed. And like I said before, there's no schedule, no deadline. It's not a race or a list to tick off. Well, of course you don't know what to do. You've never done it before. And that's fine as well, to be a beginner at something. You know a fair bit about potions now, don't you? I could leave you in here unsupervised and I'd be certain that you'd be fine. My point is, when you first came here, you knew nothing about potions. You couldn't tell the difference between basil and bay leaves. But you learned. You grew. You gained knowledge. And that's all it is. It's like any other skill, you just need someone to teach you, that's all. I'm acting like it's not a big deal, because it isn't. People are so funny about the whole thing. If I told a stranger that I didn't know how to swim, or that I'd never ridden a horse, they'd think nothing of it. But if people hear someone's never been intimate, my goodness, you'd think the world was ending. Such a fuss over nothing. And you're looking very thoughtful again. What's whirring around that brain of yours? I can teach you, dearest. Of course I can. Don't be embarrassed. Or rather, do be embarrassed. It's part of the fun, but don't fret over it. Because you're my very favourite person. And I'm so glad to have met you. Well, it's the truth. So, please, don't ever be embarrassed or ashamed for who you are and what you do or don't know. I wouldn't have you any other way. What did I just say? Yes, but I am much, much, much older than you. I think you forget how long a witch can live. I've been to many places and witnessed an immeasurable amount of things. You are just beginning, and what a fabulous place to be, right at the beginning. Savor it, because you'll never be there again. There's a smile. Good. My dear, as long as I can make you smile, then nothing else matters. As long as you smile, I am happy. No, I'm afraid sleep is not on the agenda for me anytime soon. Oh, you know a way I can occupy my time? And how's that? Yes, my dear. I will teach you anything you want to know. You must wake up immediately. Hello, good morning. No, it's incredibly important. It requires our urgent attention. It's snowing. Snowing? You know, snow. It is most definitely important. Goodness me, you really must sort out your priorities. Oh, Roland's on the table. He's relaxing in a bowl of warm water. Much like his mistress, he was unimpressed by the snow. And since he's a frog, I will not be taking him outside to witness the glorious winter landscape. You, however, here, put your clothes and boots on. Because we're going outside, that's why. But did you hear me when I said snow? It's snowing. Snow is falling from the sky. Are you not understanding what I'm saying? Are your ears blocked? Snow! First snow of the year. Yes, darling, snow is cold. That's one of its main characteristics, I fear. But luckily there is a wonderful invention called a coat, and it keeps you nice and snug and warm. It's a marvel of engineering, truly. I'm really not going to let this go. No, I'm afraid not. Well, what if I were to tell you that freshly fallen snow is a wonderful ingredient for spells, and we can go around collecting it and other things in jars and come back inside to make potions and whatnot? Would that interest you? Oh, excellent. Fabulous, marvellous. Boots on, I'll get your coat. Well, the familiars can stay inside because heaven knows Frederick will claw my eyes out if I even suggest he goes out in the cold. Well, you may grumble, my darling, but I know you'd never claw my eyes out. That's called trust. You ready? Brilliant. Oh, and look how pretty it is. See, isn't this wonderful? I do love how the snow looks in the pine trees. White and bright and green, and doesn't it smell marvellous? So fresh. Oh, I have plenty of bottles in my pockets. Here, take a handful. Collect whatever you like, my love. Everything is useful in its own way. If you feel it's worth collecting, then it's worth collecting. We'll label it and set it out on the ingredients shelf and find a use for it. Potions are funny like that. You know, it's always best to gather whatever strikes your fancy, because I guarantee a recipe will call for it later down the track. Fresh snow, of course. I'll get a few bottles of that. It will melt into water as soon as we get back inside, but the essence will still be there. Well, you can make the labels, of course. I know you enjoy it. It's a very methodical sort of job. You can get into a rhythm and lose yourself in the task. And let's be honest, despite my years in academia, my handwriting is still atrocious. Oh, that is a nice stick. I'll be having that. What do you mean? There's always a use for a good stick. Looking interesting is a use. You know that's how you make a witch's broom, right? Well, it takes a very long time, but you collect sticks and twigs and reeds, each one interesting to you, each one having caught your eye for one reason or another, and then you make your broom from all of the things you've collected. But of course, finding the central staff for the handle is the most important part, and usually the most time-consuming. Decorating is the most fun part, though. Making carvings on the staff, you can paint it, wrap it with thread, whatever your heart desires. I knew a witch once. She would burn designs into her broom. I'm rather afraid I would set the whole thing on fire, but it did look marvellous. Well, of course the broom flies. What's the point otherwise? Sweeping? I think not. Were you not aware that you could make a broom all your own? Oh dear, I have failed as an educator. Well, of course you can make your own broom. Like I said, it takes a little while, but that's an excellent project to embark upon. Here, have my interesting stick. No, I insist, I bequeath it to you. Start your broom with love. But it's important not to rush it. Don't pick up everything you see and claim it's just right. Well, it's like most things, isn't it? Patience and care turns out best in the end. Well, if it means I'll be able to drag you outside more often, I'm more than happy to help you make a broom. Oh, I do have one of my own. It's just up in the rafters. Potions have been my interest for the last, many years. Flying was never what gripped my attention the most. Perhaps I am a little insane to say that, but it just never captured me fully. You, however, seem to have a keen interest in flying, so we shall direct our studies towards that, shall we? Well, I shall take that as a success. Yes, it is beautiful out here, I agree. People usually associate spring with newness, but I think that's winter for me. For everything to become new and fresh and reborn, it must first die off. And for it all to die off in such a peaceful way, well, at the risk of overusing the word, I'd say it's all rather beautiful. You're beautiful. You know that, right? More so every day. You had to restart to leave a whole life behind and begin something new. And now look at you. Blooming. I love you too. Very much. And I think you've suffered long enough for me. Would you like to go back inside and curl up in front of the fire? Yes, I thought that might be your answer. Come along then. Let's go get warm. Well, say it. Well, you're thinking it. I can see it written all over your face. Go on. You were right. The snow isn't always fun. Especially when it's locking us inside for the foreseeable future. I haven't seen a blizzard like this in many years. It's most unusual. Oh, fear not, we have plenty of food, water and firewood and magic. Best not to forget that part. Nothing will harm you, my dear, not under my watch. When this calms, though, we might have to go and check on Evie at her shop. She does tend to get a little overexcited about events like this. Well, no frolicking in the snow for us. Frederick has claimed the hearth as his domain, haven't you? Yes. Does Roland need more warm water in his mug? I've never seen a more happy frog. Come spring, he shall have all the worms his heart desires. Well, it does seem a rather long way off now, doesn't it? Yes, Frederick. Come spring you shall have plenty of treats as well. Well, my dear, I know you've been working very hard reading up on weather magic, but if you were to try and stop a blizzard right now, you might explode. Not metaphorically, no. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure what would happen, but exploding is definitely a possibility. Patience. It takes time to learn any craft, but witchcraft in particular takes many years of study. You'll get there. And that drive and determination will serve you well. But it is a double-edged sword when you have no choice but to slow down and take care of oneself. Oh, Frederick, she's folded her arms. Are you very cross with me, dear? Never. It's all right if you are, you know. You're allowed to be cross with me. Of course you are. No, I'm not cross with you. And honestly, I can't imagine ever having a reason to be, but we're both just people doing our best. And sometimes we will get cross even if there's no proper reason to be so irritable. Well, just thought I'd let you know. That's all. Saying I'm strange is a very fair accusation, my dear. I've been told once or twice before. Yes, I'm serious about feeling cross. Feelings matter. Feelings matter very much. Even the unpleasant ones. You know that's how ghosts are formed. Have I told you that? Feelings so strong that they continue existing even without a body. Sometimes it can be pleasant. A love so strong it has you waiting around for an eternity. A moment of joy found in a garden or in a stairwell with stained glass windows. Such a perfect moment that you cling to the place after death. A very particular version of an individual's heaven. But as I said, not all feelings are pleasant, and so not all ghosts are pleasant, are they? They were too trapped by their own grief during their lives, too stuck in their sadness or their anger. And as a result, it has kept them nailed down to the physical realm when they are no longer physical themselves. These ones, yes, can be terrifying, but they do not mean to frighten. I don't think so, anyway. I think it's all very sad for them. Whenever I've encountered one in the past, I've tried very hard to be unafraid. And I've learned to sing. That seems to quiet them. But then there are the beings that, even when they were alive, and even though they were technically a person in the strictest biological sense, well, I'd struggle to say they were ever truly human. Terrible beings who did terrible things and have clung on to any semblance of life with nothing but the desire to keep causing trouble. These I do not feel sorry for. These I don't sing for, and neither should you. If you ever encounter one, you will know what ones they are. If you do encounter one, you leave. Wherever it is that you are, you leave as fast as you can and don't look back, and you don't go back there either. You clean yourself of that place and be done with it. No, dear. Those spirits can't be helped. And they don't deserve help either. Have I frightened you? Don't be frightened. You're a witch. You're more capable than most when it comes to spirits, ghosts, and ghouls. And you'll only continue to get stronger, more capable. You have nothing to be afraid of. Not to mention, I'm here. I'll always protect you. Yes, dear. Even when we're cross with each other.